Alright, so there's at least most of the stonework done until I dig down. Do that other point. Used up most of the stone. Start with some glass. This will keep stuff out. I didn't need a lot of glass, but I had a whole barrel full to start with. So at least I had 64 stacks to start with. Massive walls. Use arcane dust. Yeah, I think I go upgrade it real quick. It'll make this faster. Their star. Damn it, I didn't request it. It's a creative one. Or upgrade it or whatever it is. Come on. Okay, it is creative. Some of the stuff away. So we go. There we go. Can do the whole wall at once. There we go. 2 walls down. Might actually run out. I am going to run out. These walls take too much. Well, I just got to wait for it to regenerate. But at least get that one done. I start from the bottom, do a quick layer, 5 blocks. Yeah, I got all the glass from the bag. Good chunk of it. But that gives me a safe space to at least start in. Do the little bits some other time. Stopped eating right at the last second, so it didn't proc. Big thing is start of the nuclear reactor build. And for reasons I actually should Probably do the uranium refining over here. Because it's going to create kind of a weird loop. Because like real world nuclear reactors, I'm actually just using the uranium hexafluoride to turn water into steam, and then the steam to power turbines, but it recondenses. I have to build me a turbine and the reactor. Magical piece that I can't build the reactor unless I have one of those. Thinkers. I don't know. Yeah, I'm just gonna start building back here. Photonuclear fission chamber. 5x3. Yeah, it's on the bottom front. Oh, blue bag. Coils, pipe casings, that. That's why the machine won't run without that. Needed to make a note of it. Gotta remember how I wanted to do the ports. All deck. Oh, I forgot the structure glass. I think this is supposed to be structure glass. Yeah, structure glass. Casing, or pipe casing. Corners. Coils. I mean, I do like how they used these multi-block blocks to kind of recreate a magical version of reactor. I need to put pyrothium in there. Grab that. Get the framework in, and then I'll plug things. Where the gelled cryothium goes, and then another layer coil and casings. What I've also done is left every location I know you can put a port open. So sadly, these cannot, this type of multi-block cannot take any other, it has to use the multi-blocked specialty ones. I'm going to do what I did before, which is those on top. I still need a way to get into plummet. One of these, might as well put it on the front. Yeah, and if I got one, I might as well put the other. Okay. That's what the setup I'm going with. Everything else can be plugged. Case. Just waiting on liquid. Not that drill. Now I need pyrotheum and cryothium. Literally going to be easier to go into space to get cryothium. But I do have pyrotheum. My shrinking device. Blazing. These dungeons should have cryothium in them. I'm making it myself. Just imagine. And I'm probably going to build a gateway over at the new place. I get a chance. Erothium on the bottom. Structure glass against the coils. There, and it formed. That's the equivalent to a nuclear reactor in this pack. Half magic, half tech. All headache. So feed in distilled water and uranium hexafluoride. Get distilled water from the steam once it calms down. Mostly get depleted fluoride. It has the chance, I guess, of spitting back out regular stuff that you put back in, but from my testing, that's very rare. But the problem is, the multi-block with just single outputs, it will choose any of the 3 outputs at random. I'm all on top. I don't want to. I'll go with this. What I was doing in my testing was allowing like this to get filled up with steam. Because the big thing I need out of this besides the steam is depleted. Because there's actually stuff from the depleted hexafluoride. Remember correctly? Depleted. Or I guess it's just reconfigure it back out to fluorine and uranium. But this is 238. No, yeah, I need to get the uranium 238 out of it. Because it's... So, I started with uranium 239. This is... Hexafluoride is uranium 235. And then we have... No, it was 238. Right? Yeah, this is... Sorry. Plutonium's 239. And then it has an alternative. There's 2 uraniums and 2 plutoniums, and keeping it all straight is giving me the headaches. Alright. But no, I need to reprocess 238 into a chance of plutonium and 235 uranium. If I want to. The other idea was material. The 238 does give a lot of both charged and neutral matter. Take forever. That's what it was. The enriched uranium hexafluoride. Yeah, it turns 1-to-1 into uranium-235 dust. And it doesn't cost that much to matter replicate. I've been brewing on this loop for a while. But it does take a bit of time to make. I might have to set up a big thing. Plus, I need to get USB sticks with enriched uranium hexafluoride on them, which is going to be a whole nother thing. But to start the process, I can use all the 235 ore I got from Euclides. I also want to get the first turbine set up. So this one's weird. Not the right key. Oh, I can put the way. These are built kind of sideways. Okay, so you've already been to space, so you triggered the machine enemies. So earlier in the episode, this is why I took the time to build a candle. So the best thing, this is what I recommend to you. So you should already have, hopefully you've got glitch stuff. So if you have any glitch hearts laying around, you should use one on a peace candle. So black tallow candle, barrier stones, which if you found a Thaumcraft dungeon, you have tons of those. Severance reagent, which is just ender eyes and gold. And this does a 3x3 area. Candle will prevent all natural mob spawning in a 3 radius chunk around it. So I have this peace candle up here, and this is a 3x3 base I'm starting to build. I still have stuff spawning outside, but that's what the big wall's for. And then if they still bother you, like you're doing stuff on your roof, interdiction torches. Just these ones, you plop a philosopher's stone in a crafting table, and as long as, because I've got pretty much all this stuff infinitely, because I've got the orbital laser set up. So then you just line edges where they keep coming from and interdiction torches on your roof. But yeah, the flying spiders are, in my book, the most annoying. Okay, so this is one block shorter, so I'm actually going to run it out one more block. Start here. These are 3x4. Yeah, actually, so if you look in the chapter that talks about so right here, danger, Will Robinson danger. When you reach space, you will unlock new mob staging. And then it talks about the peace candle. Oh yeah, there it says craft only. So yeah, I was looking for one earlier just to check if they did spawn. They don't. You can't find these in the overworld, or you can't find them in normal villages. Rotor holder. Or amp EV dynamo. think I'm going to do the same thing I did with the other one, or my test ones, which was I'm going to put the in. God, how miserable these are. I'm going to put the intake and output hatches on top. So the whole reason I'm doing ME, because in all my testing I could not find pipes that flowed fast enough for any design. Because these things, this produces an insane amount of steam and this consumes an insane amount of steam. But it's not enough. Not have enough casing. So what I need 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. I need 7 more casing. Order. Turbine casing. Gotta make sure I don't confuse it. Okay, that's what I need for that. So this is where you put the rotor in here, and it shows up on the front. There'll be a big when you know you've created it correctly. There's a big front rotor thing. This does not work with wall sharing. This does work with wall sharing. And actually, I did not build this for wall sharing. Because technically I could slam 4 of these together and share some walls. Yeah, I need to put the ports on the bottom to do wall sharing. Because I'm going to build 1, 2, 3, 4 in a big cube. Can this tear it down? Oh, very fast. Yeah, so fill all this in. Come on, you actually treated that as an inventory. Yeah, no, this drill is really powerful. This is the ultimate EV drill. Okay, so do this. Nope, damn it, I did it again. These need to be ports. I'm getting confused because in my testing I put all the ports on the top. But because this is the bottom corner, I need to put them on the bottom. I did get a weird build where you can build them kind of back to back to each other, but the problem is you can't get to the power supply, the power tap. Okay, so this is where the ports are going to go. So everything else needs to be cased. Motor holder. 4 amp dynamo. Because this thing can, when it's sped up, will do almost 2 amps. The whole reason I'm going with this design. I used a indestructible obsidian, or what was it? I don't have it on me. I was using an indestructible hammer. Oh, I didn't change one of these. I bring the... I left the table and screwdrivers somewhere. In one of the cubes I was working on. But yeah, no, I was using an indestructible hammer, and I found enough. I had enough creative upgrades to also put wide and tall on it, so it was doing the big circle. You mean the Project E one? This one, I just haven't made it yet. I've yet to make dark matter. I gotta make primal mana. I mean, I've only had Vintium for a couple. Yeah, this is the current base I built, but I'm trying to switch over to ME. My current power supply, all running on biodiesel, coming from my farm. I did a very spread out base design. I came here for... Oh, a wrench, or a screwdriver. Is in one of these cubes. Also, this is the best way to pass a logistics system in and out of these cubes. It's hilarious. I left it in this one because I was working on these. Yeah, because I was working on a IV large chemical reactor. I'll need to finish this up. These being output. There we go. This is platinum sludge. So I have most of platinum sludge over here, but I need to still do the palladium, which is an palladium osmium, which needs these things. HV distillation tower and an IV chemical reactor. I just got EV hatches. But I'm trying to make sure I have enough power to run this thing. Oh. Got my hatches. Like I said, ME is the fastest thing to deal with this. I'm gonna have to make myself some fluid drives. But I have a bunch of 64 cores laying around from all the dungeons I looted. So yeah, you use those uh, system connector pipes. Yeah, no, that's one reason I'm starting a new base is because I have so much data packed in that area, it takes a while to load. So that's why I'm giving a new space. Because I'm getting tick lag over there. Yeah, input, output. I'll have to configure this. But there. Steel turbine. I just need a rotor, and then I need to start feeding this thing uranium hexafluoride and distilled water. We'll have the equivalent of nuclear power in this pack. which should get me upwards of, if my calculations are correct, this can get me almost 8 amps EV fully built. I still need to build 3 more turbines, at least. Again, I only tested up to like 3 turbines worth of throughput. I wanted to test to where I knew the system worked, not how well it worked. I wanted to play around with it on stream. And I have, because I've got 2 fragments, I do have enough for another one of these if I need to. Alright, yes. Fix the floor. I could use this to my advantage. Blocks on that side. Need to come. Then you go 2 blocks this way. Make the pit. Actually, this is where I could do probably the reprocessing. Out. I'll flush this in later, but here's at least my work area. Yeah, because then when I build the next part, it will be over here, and it should take up about the same space, and it will have the same spacing around it. So this stuff then. Yeah, this pack does require a lot of power. And I'm trying to push towards matter manufacturing. So I need a lot of power to rip stuff apart and put stuff back together. I think all my ME system stuff is in the spectral. Weird Engadget, but I don't... yeah, I need to use that for now. I just haven't got around to it yet. These aren't even high levels. They're just reinforced. More that I'm afraid to upgrade them. I always worry they're going to just delete everything. Is I had an ME drive and controller in here. Yeah, there's a controller. There's the drive. Oh yeah, and then I also have a cabling. Hello. Did I have any interfaces on me? No. Probably put them all into the system, which is good. Yeah, I just haven't looked into upgrading satchels is the thing. I need to do that. But when you have a pocket dimension like this, and I've almost set up a decent logistics network. Just don't want to dump it isn't made to dump trash into. That's the big downside. But I do have like holding 10 somewhere. So I could put I could enchant the satchels. Really, I didn't put leave fluid interfaces in here. Okay. I'm just going to build a temporary ME system here. Oh, I forgot the energy collector. I'm just going to build it out here. This will eventually, I'll move this to make it the official system at some point. Here. There we go. Now this is chunk loaded. Okay. Did I... just get 3. I only want to do 2. Okay, what else? Use the energy acceptor I already have. There we go. That's what I want. Depleted, enriched. I need 5. And need fluid output buses with accelerator cards. Oh, and I need my cell workbench. Okay. You need to go back to the base for the cell workbench and I think I just said it. Good. Yeah, I always chug when I get close to the base. I think I'm hitting the data limit of this area. I mean, the most useful chunk loader is just FTB, but you only get 64 chunks. Had some stuff random stuff laying around here. Or bus. Didn't mean to fly into the hole. Cell workbench. Gonna need you. I like to Partition. Immediately going up here. Okay, gotta go back into Spectral real quick. Energy. Fluid cell in here. I missed. There's an import bus. That's everything at me. You partition. Steam. The distilled water. The chloride. Deleted. Still need one more. For the enriched. I am a slow adopter of late game stuff. I usually figure out my mid to early game setup and then kind of just kind of ride on it for a while until I'm forced to upgrade. That's why I didn't upgrade to the drill till recently. What did I need for this? 20K? Or go 200,000. See what that looks like. But we gotta take a break here and then we'll be back. Let's get back to it. Okay, so I got all my drives. I have one import bus, or oh, I do need output buses, not import buses. Need the actual buses to feed this thing. Did I teach the system fluid buses? No. Not at all. Good. use. Good bus. How can I get this system to produce them for me? Or food export. Okay, it is just a crafting recipe. Forgot where I put that for a second. Bus. Yep, now be able to order them. Okay, anything else I need here? Yeah, I had multiple import buses. Oh, I don't think anything else. That is not the right item. Okay, here. We're gonna export chilled water. We're gonna export uranium hexafluoride. We get accelerator cards. Looking up. Okay, so right now this is what, 4, 5, 6. I can run this on one. I might reroute this. I'm just trying to get this system put together for the first run. Power out of it to make sure it works. Back one. So I can easier to access the panel. I want to use the old power. No, this can take yeah, okay. It can convert EU power. Good. I should have brought the energy cell. Do I have any energy cells in the system? Yeah, I should attach these. Must have misclicked. There we go. Because I'm worried of a brownout in the main system back at the base until I get this power flowing in. There, now it's got some backup power. Dump distilled water back into the system. This will dump distilled water or steam, depleted uranium hexafluoride, and sometimes maybe regular hexafluoride. But the system will be able to deal with that. Okay. That's the loop if I had hexafluoride coming in. Now I need need to figure out the hexafluoride loop. Or at least get a bunch of hexafluoride going. That and the thing for it. Setting up the actual rotor production, turbine production. I have to have ultimate double plate, ultimate screws, and a manlinium rod. Not malunion or whatever it's called. Definitely getting into the nightmare of alloys in this pack. Now, so back to looking at uranium hexafluoride. Big thing's the fluorine. Math on this is so horrible. 160 to 4. Trying to figure out the water in this loop. But if this consumes, if this turns 400 or 640 liters into 4, but I need 4 times that to run reactor? 560. Yeah. This produces way more steam. Or no, that's... Yeah, that produces 655 buckets. And I need 2.5. Okay, so this loop is stupidly water positive. If my math's correct. And I don't actually need that much to start it. Do I just have an extra jar of distilled water somewhere? Don't think so. I need to make myself a fluid terminal. ME terminal, ME interface. No. Those made. I can just keep an eye on the system without having to look at all the drives. Rubber. Empty. Now I can go get DI water. Not DI water. Distilled. Yeah, distilled, not deionized. God, if this pack actually made you use deionized in like heavy water and stuff. Contaminated and uncontaminated. I don't need to be giving them ideas. So hydrofluoric acid and fluorine. Tons and tons of fluorine. Fluorine and hydrogen. Yeah, probably gonna have to make more hydrofluoric acid. That's a different type of titanium than I'm using. With 235. Run it through the reactor, get depleted. $238 in fluorine. Okay, so I get my fluorine back out. Then I'm thinking about turning it into matter. I want to make a note of this real quick. So I'm converting to matter. I want to remember how much. Red charged? No, red's neutral. Here's roll 6 years. And I want to turn this into enrich. Right, because it's... Yeah, you can't... I could just... But I think enriched is faster. It's just going to take extra steps. Oh, I guess it's the same. Okay. I need to make some uranium hexafluoride and scan it. Ooh, I actually should check my matter cube. Being slow. On my matter experiments. Still never got lucky. I've only rolled the dice on that a fraction of the times compared to what I could be. Still running? Run out of hydrogen. Oof. Okay, I gotta look into that. Oh, that was plot now. Here. Yes. I came here for... this. The parts in here for a large chem reactor. Yeah, I stole the chem reactor from this. That's what... Like, is there another chem reactor in here? No, it's this one doing radon. There's my 235 dust. Oh, I forgot I was going to teach this how to break down the other 235. Oh, and I was going to the matter cube. I wasn't coming to this one. Can't even remember where I'm going. There we go. Decent amount of matter. Working. Matter and primal dust. Or tiny dust of primal matter. Which is just more matter. There's the first one. Alright, I need to make myself up some hexafluoride. Where I can actually play with this. But I did want to come check it. Curious about how much I had. Got sitting in here. Nothing of value. I need to order at least a chem reactor or two. Overproduction. The insanity of the old base. Think where to put some of this. I guess back where I was, take it into the uranium refining cube. Once it's made. Oh, I had a... Never mind, I had one. Gotta trust myself, I was positive I had one. Uranium. I need to put signs on those things. I almost forget which one's which half the time. I need 2 food provider pipes. I already have one. Yes, I need 1 more. Or supplier. This is where I figure out how much hydrofluoric acid I have laying around. Oh, okay. Hydrofluoric. And or antimonic acid. Or ethylene, hydrofluoric acid. Let's see how much shows up. I thought I started doing fluorine chickens, but did I ever set that up fully? This setup is for 238. So it looks like there's none in the system. Hmm. Eight fluorine chickens. Oh, this is crystals. Yeah, no chickens in here. There's a platinum sludge. Hydrochloric acid. This is all the quartzes. And this dilithium production, which can produce a little bit of hydrofluoric acid. Okay, so if I never set fluorine production, what did I do with the chicken? I had it on me at one point. Yeah. Don't need any of these. That stuff. The fluorine chicken. I've literally checked everywhere that uses fluorine. There. No, I did turn off fluorine production here. Full of hydrogen gas. Oh, but I'm out of fluorine, so I can't do this. You're right here. I never started extracting the fluorine, which was the whole point. Ah, sometimes I'm the worst. The tank. Items. That. Yep, that's fluorine, and then I need a fluid provider pipe. Can't believe it was just. I was standing next to it at one point. Well, actually, probably 2 points. Oh, that's supplier. Yeah, that's provider. Need to turn back on hydrofluoric production over here. I definitely going to need a bunch. Yeah. Both of those are the uranium refining. Fluoride. Fluorine. Right? Yeah, I just need enough hydrofluoric acid. There it goes. There's 4 buckets of uranium hexafluoride. That I need to request a USB. Oh yeah, I used my tank. Like, why am I looking for a tank I already used? Get a tank of this stuff. If the energy density is enough, and my calculations are right, I should have a system that's self-perpetuating. I mean, if not, then I have to just set up a better refinery. Because on Euclides, there is uranium-235 ore, and it can be ore doubled. But I want to see if I can make a broken system. A system that doesn't need any outside resources and produces a decent amount of power. Well, I guess it will still need the ultimate for the rotor, but I could maybe figure out that too. 16 buckets. You need a can. Sell. Get this written. Hexafluoride. Yep. Only takes 120 seconds. But I could maybe get the EV versions of these. How much can I... Hmm. Oh, was it still running? Did I leave it on a cycle? I might have just... I might have just, like, hardcore April Fool's myself. Oh, that's funny. Now it's there. That's the correct one. 735 seconds. Yes, there's uranium hexafluoride. And it looks like maybe one every 2 batteries worth, so 20, 25k EU. Reduce it. Oh, it actually, what am I saying? Right here. It feels like more than that. There we go. There's the... Guess there's the plan. I gotta figure out my ratios. There you go. That's cleared out. I don't fool myself again. That is a way to make uranium hexafluoride. If I just put this in here, this system should take off. Steam and depleted uranium. Got steam. Yep, you've got your kiloliters. Supposedly, if I just... And that's used, I've used very little. Yeah, it's 10 ticks. Still says it has the chance of that, but I've... Maybe I dump it back into the system too fast? That's pretty much the plan for power. What did you get stuck with? You got stuck with steam. Got 1,000 steam in it. But as long as it's not depleted uranium, I don't really care. Oh, and that's ticks. This is processing twice a second. I need to get a rotor because I could be making power right now. Definitely time to get a rotor made. That was weird. I got stuck to the side of the building and couldn't move. Even after I stopped using the air sigil. Yeah, because earlier I was using some matter replication to get some fluorine. That's why I had a fluorine USB stick. Double plate. What does the system already know? So I do know plate. Good. Or I mean, I do at least know ingots. Actually, plate's not good for me to make double plate. My double plate bender's over here. Make double plate. Yep. I'm gonna give you a double plate recipe. Get a double plate, right? Two in, onto, get a double plate. Oh, I guess you can put plates in, but nah. Yep, 2 on 2. Double plate, and then I gotta go teach the system screws. Gotta throw it all into a forming press. That's wire. What do you have left? None. Right? Here. Pull up. Okay, so I need to put a crafting thing on you. Probably easier to do this one. Wrong bag. In it. Definitely getting server lag. Oh yeah, it's better to do it from out here, isn't it? Results. Where's the disconnection upgrade? I accidentally put it on this. Yeah. There we go. This needs to be lathe. Yeah, lathe A1. Wow, I'm forgetting. Oh, LATE. So list that every recipe you're trying to make, lathe A1. Go in lathe A1. Yes. There. Now I can make 2 more. There we go. I knew there was a way to get into it in the panel. Ultimate ingot. To rod. And bolts into screws. There we go. Be all that. Then I need to go do a saw. But we also need to take a break here, and then we'll be back.